Welcome everyone to Game 2 of Australia taking on Pakistan. This one, a day-night clash from the Adelaide Oval. Australia, of course, leading the series 1-0. Let's head down to the centre for the toss of the coin. Australia have won the toss, and Tim Payne has elected to bat. So Australia will be batting first in this day-night clash, and it's always an interesting one for I think both the players and the spectators. When is the best time to bat? When's the best time to bowl? Is that evening session when the ball swings a little bit more? Is it the best time to bowl? And there's some of the leading wicket takers, or these are all the wicket takers actually from that first test match. Mitchell Starc leading the charge there with 6. Cummins, Lyon, Shah and Shah with 5 each. And in the runs, Steve Smith the only one to I think score over 100 runs throughout that match. Labuschagne there as well, second highest. And Yasir Shah is actually the leading run scorer for Pakistan as well. So quite strange. But Joe Burns going to be facing up. No changes to the Australian side. A couple changes for the Pakistan side. Mohammad Abbas is in. And it's Abbas to Burns to begin. Top ball straight away. Big swing from Joe Burns. And we've gone 14 deliveries without a run on the board. And finally, Joe Burns gets that one away. And they'll come back for 2. As Australia get their scoring underway. And I think this is something that we saw a lot of in the first match, is Pakistan bowling a little too straight. They set the field with a lot of room out there on that leg side for both players. I don't think they can afford to do that again today. But already that seems to be the case. Warner working this one onto the onside for a couple more runs. And we talk about, I guess, the day-nighter and what that does. What does a day-nighter do to a game of cricket, especially in a test match? Does it make it harder to bat for longer periods of time because of the changing conditions in the atmosphere of obviously the day, then the night, then the day, then the night. And obviously, when the lights come on, does the ball swing more? That's something that we've sort of seen throughout the first couple of day-nighters, the first few day-nighters that have been played over the last couple of years throughout Australia. Gee, there's some good bowling by Pakistan here after Australia with a ripping start at none for 46. Bit of pressure off there with that wide, but yeah, when is the best time to bat for the Aussies? At the moment, you feel like the daytime is the best time, and this is a 50-run partnership that they've brought up inside the first 20 overs. Warner and Burns ticking this scoreboard along quite nicely at the moment. And it's just been off the back of a lot of 1s and 2s, not too many boundaries. And there's the first wicket. Guess who? It's Yasir Shah coming into the attack. Warner just not any reason to play that whatsoever. Gets an inside edge and it goes onto his stumps. Very disappointed, David Warner. He goes for 20. Australia lose their first wicket. 1 for 50. Marnus Labuschagne out to the middle. Now here's a guy who also has scored himself a lot of 50s of late. Marnus Labuschagne, I think he scored a 50 as well in the last match. It's the second highest run scorer for Australia. He's very consistent. But he has not yet gone on to that 100, or he did in the real world, of course, but not in our video game world yet. He hasn't done it. So we'll wait and see on what he's got in store for us today. Joe Burns at the moment is, 25 from 59. Labuschagne's coming in. He's played some really attacking shots. That one over the keeper for 4. He's actually striking it over 100 at this point. Just taking a little bit of pressure off Burns, who's been able to play that defensive game. That's a big shout. Oh, boy. Umpire says not out. Let me see on this one whether or not Pakistan will go and review it. And Azhar Ali is going to review this one. Now, let's have a look at this. It is very close. I reckon it does hit him in line. Question is, I guess, how high is this ball tracking? Because it was probably going on to hit the top of leg stump, you feel. Was it too high? I think that was what the umpire was looking at. We've got 2 red lights so far and an orange light. So Joe Burns survives on an umpire's call as that ball is clipping the top of leg stump. It's not enough to get a wicket. That ball is swung past everyone, and that's 4 byes. So That's an interesting little development there from Pakistan. Australia's run rate at the moment, 5 overs left in the first session. Labuschagne might have got an edge on this. I think he has. Yasir Shah again. He's just the master of getting these Aussie players out. That's 2 wickets for him today. Both David Warner and Marnus Labuschagne. He goes for 16. Australia 2 for 74. So Steve Smith out to the middle now with 4 overs to play before tea. Of course, in day-nighters there is the tea break first, then the dinner break, which is the longer of the 2 breaks, comes in second. There's a top edge from Burns. Goes away to the boundary for 4. A little bit of luck. Both ends. It didn't look like he got too much bat on it. There's a couple of balls left in the session now. Steve Smith happy to play defensive there. And there they go. They're off. So that's the end of the first session on day 1. We got tea and Australia 2 for 95 after 30 overs. You'd have to say the game's pretty well balanced at this point. Australia scoring a reasonably good amount of runs there, 95 runs in that session. Pakistan taking the 2 wickets. So both sides will be pretty happy with how they've gone. Australia would have loved to be just the 1 down or even none down. Joe Burns played very good so far up to this point. Steve Smith just coming to the crease. Bit of a no call there. To make sure that their running between the wickets is good. Joe Burns hits this one away to the boundary for 4. It's a really quality shot there from Joe Burns, driving it through the covers. And it's something we probably haven't seen too much from the Australians, is those big risky drives. Sort of try to play as much as they can square of the wickets. Not too many drives there. Steve Smith a couple more runs, and Joe Burns has a half century to his name as well. He brings up his 50. Steve Smith getting in on the boundary axe. Top edge from Smith. That'll be 4. And that's the 3rd top edge we've seen from the Australians today. And I think that means that they're getting a little bit of luck, especially with this extra bounce here. The true bounce of the Adelaide Oval. And Australia really playing at those big pull and hook shots, and they get away with them. It's a bit of luck going their way. Big shouts from Yasir Shah, but I think it's maybe pitched outside the line of the leg stump. They will decide not to review that one. But Yasir Shah looking dangerous so far today. Already taken both wickets. That one again good. Good fielding off his own bowling. It really is proof that he's starting to get some turn and a little bit of dangerous bounce to these Australians. Oh, it's close. Pakistan think they've got a wicket here, and they have. Jeez. So I think it's given as caught behind. There might have been an inside edge on it. 1 second left. Joe Burns decides to go upstairs. He doesn't think he's hit it. Wasn't a distinct 2 noises. It was very quick, but there is a little mark on the hot spot. So Joe Burns goes for 52. Travis Head comes to the crease. Made 52 runs in the first game of the series. And he's played wildly at that one, and he's out. First ball. Yasir Shah has all 4 Aussie wickets. And I've got no idea what Travis Head is trying to do with this shot. It's just a really disappointing shot in the end. Travis Head goes golden duck. And it brings Wade to the crease. So interesting to see whether or not Wade will get promoted to 5. Had him at 6 the first innings last game. Had him at 5 in the second innings last game. Or is it 6 again for the first innings today? I wonder if he'll get promoted to 5 again for the next innings. Meanwhile, Steve Smith, he's just going to keep going about his business in the same sort of way that he can. Picks up another 3 here. He's striking pretty good at the moment. 21 from 25. That one whipped away and 4. Onto the onside. Just beating that fielder there at square leg. It just kept spinning away from him, and this one fine. So with fine leg up, thought I'll hit it behind square, and Just gets it fine enough so that man can't get it. Has to be chasing to get it away. And Matthew Wade finally getting himself off the mark after 16 dot balls. Really trying to settle himself in. Oh, that's close. Big shout. Bowling on to him, just but the finger goes up. So Matthew Wade given out. Australia have one review left and he's going to use it. As we said, originally looked close. Front foot please is okay. Let's have a look here. Oh, might be actually going down past the off stump. It's always difficult unless you swing it back in dramatically, going over the wicket as a right arm bowler. Pitching in line, impacting line, and wickets missing. So we will need that umpire to change his original decision from out to not out. So good review by Wade there. And the Australians. But he's out pretty quick smart after that. Just chipping it back to the bowler. And a good catch taken. Wade goes for 4. Jesus, Australia and their drives. They haven't played them too often today. And maybe this is why. Just a little missed time there from Matty Wade. And Mohammad Abbas takes the catch off his own bowling and gets the wicket. So now the skipper, Tim Payne, out to the middle. And what he's got in store today for the Australians. And now 5 down for 151. Their opening partnership had them at none for 50. Before they lost their first wicket. And now they've got Payne, the current captain, and Steve Smith, the former captain, out in the middle. They'll be hoping to put on a little bit of a partnership here because, of course, we have spoken about how it might get a little bit more difficult to bat later on in the evening. And Payne's chopped on. So he didn't hang about long. Tries to pull this away. No real foot movements. And he gets a bottom edge onto the stumps. Very unlucky there from Tim Payne. But Pakistan very much in the front foot now. Australia right up against it. 6 for 160 in the first innings. And Steve Smith slashing wildly at that one. He's out as well. So Mohammad Abbas gets another one. It was the spinner that started us off. And it's now been the seamers that have turned it around and got some quick ones. After Yasir Shah took the opening 4 wickets, the pace bowlers have got the next 3. Mitch Starc and Pat Cummins out in the middle after just 44 overs. And I wonder if there's going to be a change in mentality from an Australian point of view as Cummins just chips that one straight back to the bowler. And they lose yet another wicket. Look at that catch from the bowler, ripping stuff. Australia 8 for 172. Nathan Lyon out to the middle. I think Mitch Starc has decided he does not want to hang about. He's going to just play shots. Nathan Lyon looks likewise trying to pull that one away. Beats everyone though. And with 4 byes, Australia will take every run they can get at this point. Starc sweeping away. He actually played quite well here, Mitch Starc. 19 from 16 so far. Put on a little bit of a partnership as Nathan Lyon pulls that one away. That'll be 4 as well. I think that's something these two are going to need to do. Just eke out another 20, 30 runs. Maybe they can somehow turn those 20, 30 runs into 40, 50 runs. You just never know with the tail. They can get up and about with their batting. They can just find a way to squeeze some runs. So I wonder if Pakistan will make it a more defensive field trying to stop this, or if they keep their foot on the accelerator trying to take these last 2 wickets. And there's Mitchell Starcs. So Yasir Shah gets 5. Inside edge, Rizwan, great catch. Moving very well to his left. Mitch Starc goes for 24. Australia 9 down for 214. Now Lyon and Hazelwood. Oh, it's been dropped. Outside edge from Lyon. Should have been the keeper's catch. First slip diving to his left. A strange decision, but Australia survived until the dinner break here at the Adelaide Oval. They're 9 down for 220. And I wonder how much longer they can bat after this dinner break. And then give themselves a chance with the ball tonight. That is clean bowled. Nathan Lyon is out. Australia all out for 222. Just trying to play some real aggressive stuff, and hits the bottom of his middle and off stump. Nathan Lyon departs Yasir Shah, as we said. 5 wickets. So looking at the Australian batting card, there's no real standouts. Joe Burns the only one to get a half century. A couple of starts there as well. Smith 39, Warner 20. Even Stark and Lyon getting 22 and 27 each. Pat Cummins going to open with a new ball for Australia. Mitchell Stark was given the new ball in the last match. Masood promoted to open up. And Imam Al-Haq to face the first ball. It's a dot ball. Outside edge. Goes for 4. So Josh Hazlewood, first ball, bang on the money, getting the edge. Just unluckily it sprays wide of gully. Goes to the boundary for 4. I just wonder how much this ball's going to swing in this evening session. Hasn't done too much early. As you can see there, the ball pretty much holding a straight line. There has not been too much swing with this pink ball in the early stages of this test match in either the day or night sessions. This one again away for 4, and Masood with an explosive start. Pakistan in their first couple of overs here already jumped out of the gates. None for 22 inside 5 overs. And Australia had a very slow start, took them 14 deliveries to get off the mark at all. But Pakistan, they're just playing, I guess, their natural game, these guys, and playing their shots, and it's paying off so far. They're hitting plenty of boundaries. After 6 overs, it's none for 28. Didn't think you'd see that coming. Now Cummins around the wicket. So already, they've got Australia switching up their bowling, trying to stop these runs or create a chance. You just wonder where Australians are going to get it from. None for 34 so far, Pakistan. Mitchell Stark now into the attack after Cummins and Hazlewood started things off. And again, they're just running comfortably runs. This run rate, almost 5 and over for the opening 10. It's none for 48. That is an absurd run rate we've seen. And this, through the gap again, that'll bring up the 50 partnership for these two. And it has come at a very quick pace. Something the Aussies definitely would not have expected. The speed in which Pakistan have been batting today. Now Nathan Lyon into the attack. Can the spinner do something? We saw Yasir Shah take 5 wickets. Lyon has the breakthrough. And it's Imam Al-Haq. Just beats him in the air, I think, and maybe a little bit of turn off the pitch. Wasn't expecting it to turn and straighten that much, but the middle stump out of the ground. Nathan Lyon gets the wicket. Of Imam. Pakistan 1 for 64. Skipper Azhar Ali out to the middle. Oh, finds a gap, beats the fielder. Just wonder what, how much of an influence the spinner will have. Well, they're turning and coming back for 3. It's going to be close. Lyon has thrown the stumps down, and this could be a wicket. It is. The finger goes up. So 2 wickets in 2 balls for Australia. One a bowled, one a run out of the new man. Gee, the skipper Azhar Ali will be disappointed with that. Getting himself out first ball through a run out. There didn't need to be the 3. I think they found the pressure of really keeping the accelerator on. And it causes Azhar Ali to go for 2. So a really impactful start to this over from Nathan Lyon. The first 3 balls have been wicket-taking balls. Another run-out chance, but this time Pakistan get home. So Line to Shafiq now, the new man. That one turned nicely. The finger goes up and it's given. Lyon gets wicket number 2. He's been involved in all 3. You just wonder if Pakistan are going to review this one. No, says Shafiq. LBW will stand. We will have a look at it as well as Baba Razam comes out to the middle. This is the ball tracker for that LBW. Pitching outside off. Impact in line. Wickets hitting the top of a leg stump. So good decision by the umpire there. I'll be pretty happy with that as we get another edge. Oh, geez, and that would have been handy. Get Bummer early. After Pakistan started none for 60 odd. They're now 3 for 79 with a couple of overs left in the day's play. Masood brings up a 50. So Shan Masood been the best player out there. He's batted with real pace and speed. And Cummins, that's a big shout. Oh, he's got him. It's actually bowled him. Thought he was going up for the LBE, but it's actually rolled on from his pad to the stumps, and that is a massive wicket on the second last over of the day. Pat Cummins gets Masood. Pakistan 4 for 85, so a late flurry from the Australians here has put them in a strong position, or at least a much better position than they were before. That one goes to the boundary from Baba Azam. And now we've got 2 balls left in the day. Nathan Lyon's going to bowl them both. This one in the air. Tucked away for a single for Iftikhar Ahmed. As the 100 comes up for Pakistan. With just 1 ball remaining in the day's play. And they're going to pick up a single. So, at the end of the first day's play, it's been an interesting one. Australia all out for 222. Pakistan 4 for 101 after a very big opening stanza between their first 2 men. Look at that, Pakistan 1 for 64 before Australia managed to take 4 for 21 towards the end of the day's play to get them 4 down for 85, and then this current partnership worth 16 sees Pakistan at 4 for 101 at the end of the first day's play. For the bowling in the Australian side of things, it's been Nathan Lyon who's got the 2 wickets for himself, as well as being involved in that run out. I think it was Travis Head that threw it to Lyon, who threw it to the stumps. And then you've got Shan Masood, obviously the best player, probably for the day, to be fair, with the bat. Looked very comfortable at the crease for his 54 before Pat Cummins took his wicket. Would have been LBW as well as the bowl that it ended up being. But a really evenly poised game at the end of the first day of this Adelaide day-night test match. Pakistan trail by 121 after knocking Australia over for 222. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage here of day 1 from the Adelaide Oval in the day-night test. See you all tomorrow.